the ego and the awareness are the same thing. You might be going for an only awareness state. Awareness is just the mechanism of ego being able to self-reflect. It is the ego. Non-duality is this easy. 1. Realize non-duality in these steps. 1. Duality. The first step to understanding non-duality is duality. Duality means that where there's this, there's that. One thing implies the other. That hot implies cold, good implies evil. You can't have one thing without the other. Object implies subject. That means when you're looking at your isness, your reality, now, what's currently occurring within your consciousness, that in fact is your consciousness, there's a duality which makes experience possible. There's, from an experiential perspective, something experiencing this. That's the duality that feels like an ego having an experience. It is an ego having an experience. Step 2, pain and happiness. This ego having an experience will inevitably experience pain, i.e. suffering, due to not having what it wants, not getting what it wants. Having the feeling that they don't want this, they want that. So it's what you might call the seeker consciousness. The ego is kind of predisposed to wanting something else, wanting a different life, a different experience, not wanting the current isness to be improved upon. You're seeking a different experience, you're seeking happiness, but we've already said there's duality, so the happiness is actually going to be interspersed with the suffering. Happiness is the opposite of suffering. You're going to have happiness, and you're going to have happiness. You're going to have happiness, and you're going to have suffering. And that's the duality that we talked about in the first place. But the mind wants only happiness and not suffering. Step 3, realization. The realization in the non-dual language is that the duality there that we just spoke about is an illusion. There is actually no this and that. There's only is. So there's only isness. So the present moment, experientially, is perceived as this experiencing that. But you can look at the whole thing as an isness. This is happening. And with that viewpoint, the experiencer and the experience merge into one, and you can say that there's not really any ego, or there's not really any awareness. The trap here is slipping into what we said in 2, that the ego is considered to be the suffering and the awareness is considered to be the happiness that you're aiming for. That's the trap that you can slip into. It's not that. The ego and the awareness are the same thing. You might be going for an only awareness state. Awareness is just the mechanism of ego being able to self-reflect. It is the ego. If you can understand those 3 points, then you are awake.